Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast Battle Report. Today, battle lines are drawn as the ancient Necron tier face the Drukari. Let's begin.
The Dark King.
Hello everyone and welcome to another SkaredCast Battle Report here on the channel, and finally back in studio now that we've got vaccinated people to play with.
Woo!
Whee! Which is exciting. So this is Battle Lines. We've got 1,500 points of Necrons versus 1,500 points of Drukari. Very fun lists, very different lists, but a very familiar sort of ruined scenario where we're playing to the death. Well, I guess Necrons is sort of already dead.
And so are Drukari, kind of.
Yeah. Your is more of a physical death and a mental death. Mine's more except for overlords, mine's like a total soul death. Like I'm just a husk, that needs to be like a jar that just leaches.
Two sides of the same coin.
Oh, is that what you think? So here are the objectives. This is the terrain. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Going to be lots of stuff dying. Let's dive in to the armies. Also, the armies are down in a link down below. So if you want to check out the armies, check it out there too, if you prefer that format as well. Let's dive in. And here we have 1,500 points of Necron tier.
A humble patrol. So...
And a super heavy auxiliary detachment.
And a super heavy auxiliary detachment.
Which is 1 CP, by the way. Just so you know, they changed it. It's 1 CP for Necrons, Chaos, Tyranids.
Anything that's not a human.
Yeah, pretty much. They made it easier for you to take some super fun stuff. Okay.
Well, we brought some super fun today. So we have our humble monolith.
Yep.
in a super heavy auxiliary detachment. It's equipped with the Gauss Flux arcs instead of the Death Rays.
Yep.
And it is classic. Next, we have the rest of it, which is a patrol, which is led by one Overlord with a Resurrection Orb, the Relic Resurrection Orb, a Staff of Light, and the Warlord trait Enduring Will, so he takes 1 less damage. There's 8 Lich Guard in an elite slot, a Triarch Stalker with the Heat Ray in an elite slot as well. For heavy support, we have 2 Tesseract those ones.
Arc guys.
Yeah, Arc guys.
Yeah,
Annihilation barges.
Oh, are they? Are they going to annihilate your memory?
That's it. I've got Gauss on the brain, but no synapses firing.
There you go.
All right. In the fast attacks slot, we have 8 Scarabs. And
1 unit or 2 units?
Just 1 unit of 8.
Cool.
And then we have 10 warriors in their trusty Ghost Arc.
Very cool. That's 1,500 points.
Very lean.
You start with how many command points?
So I will be starting with 11 command points.
Yeah, just the one, just straight up. Just very simple.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like it. I like the classic monolith. Oh, thumbs up for the classic monolith. I love the old school stuff. It's great. Shows you that we're really OGs over here on the channel. That's how it works. Okay, let's take a look at what the Drukari have brought. And here we have not 500, not 1,000, but 1,500 points of Drukari all across the table. Now, of course, I put this list up for a vote in the community section on YouTube, and the vote was Drukari or other factions. You said Drukari. I said then Real Space Raid or Patrols. You voted Real Space Raid. And I said, do you want a balanced, more witches, more Coven, or more Cabal focus? And you voted by 1% by the time I made this list. Just in case it's changed if you go check it. Witch Cult. So more witches than anything else.
You fabulous voting folk, you.
That's right, because you all know how much John Necron loves witches. Okay, so it is a real Space Raid battalion led by an Archon. He has to be the Warlord, of course. But he is, of course, Archon Skari, having a return with his Husk Blade that is upgraded to the Jin Blade and a Blast Pistol. He's taking the Warlord trait, Hatred Eternal. So going in and re-rolling all those wound rolls and hit rolls, because he hates the Necrons. Then a Homunculus, just standard. Nothing crazy there. Then the Succubus. She is upgraded this time to a Master Succubus. And she does have the Triptych Whip and, of course, the +2 attacks. So she's going in with a bunch of Triptych Whip attacks. One of my favorite combos. They are Cursed Blade, the witches, the witch cult. But I am going to be doing 10 witches, Blast Pistol, Power Sword, Shardnet, and Hydra Gauntlet. Hydra Gauntlet. Then 5 Mandrakes, 5 more witches with no upgrades, 2 Raiders with Dark Lances, 1 with Grizzly Trophies, and 1 with a Shock Prow. Then 10 more witches with a Shardnet Impaler, Hydra Gauntlets, and no upgrades on the Sergeant.
Far too many witches.
Then 3 Venoms with 1 Cannon and Twin Rifles. Then we've got 5 Incubi, a Beast Pack Master, 5 Racks, 5 Cabalite Warriors, 5 Razorwing Flux. I'm using the zombie side Murder of Crows for them. They're really a good unit for that. And 5 Chimera, which are being, the Beastpack Master has gone on many a raid and has brought back many a beast, as you can tell. Lots of different beasts from different walks of life that all count as Chimera. And a unit of 10 Hellions. Now, I am Cursed Blade, but everything that can be Witch Cult is Witch Cult. So that means the Hellions are Witch Cult, the Beastmaster's Witch Cult, all the transports are not Cabal, they're Witch Cult, as well as all the witches. So Witch Cult is the Cursed Blade, because that's how you voted. The Mandrakes are mercenaries, so are the Incubi, they're mercenaries, the Beasts don't get anything. And then as for the Coven stuff, it's going to be a Coven of I confused them last game, by the way, and I'm really upset that I did. Because I was like, I know what I'm doing. No, apparently I didn't know what I was doing at all. So I am using Prophets of the Flesh today, which is the Homunculus and the Rax, which is changed. It's the change. You can only ever wound them on 4s unless you're shooting at them with like strength 8 or 9 weapons, basically. So you can't it's hard to wound them. And then the Homunculus can basically heal a wound every turn as he gets it, because he's like regenerative. And he has, I believe, +1 wound because of his Warlord trait, which is from the Prophets of Flesh, which is also really cool. Curse Blade for them. And of course, Cabal of the Obsidian Rose today. Why? Because why not? That's it. Obsidian Rose for them and them. And that's it. Okay, so with that, we're going to go into, that's it. Warlord traits, relics, all that good stuff. Let's dive into the mission. And I hope you enjoy this battle report. So nice to be back in studio, getting to film. Oh, let's dive in to roll some dice. We have picked our secondaries. I picked Herd the Prey because I want to try and stop Necrons from being in my table quarters. I picked Retrieve Octarius Data to try and put points everywhere. And I picked Titan Killer because that was like the only other choice I could pick. So I'm going to get 8 points for killing a monolith if I kill it. If not, I get 0. So I have chosen what I need to do. And you've gone for
Purge the Vermin.
Which is the same thing as I did, but backwards. It's stopping me from being... Yeah. So we both stay away from each other. We'll max it out. Excellent. Excellent.
I took Grind Them Down.
Because I have tons of little units.
And I have lots of big units.
Okay.
And then I took Assassinate.
Because I have 3 characters, one of which is a warlord. Oh no, 4 characters. Yeah. My Beastpack Monster is a character. So you actually will get 13 points for that if you kill all 4 of them.
Fantastic.
Because you get an extra point for the warlord, which is exciting. Okay, attack defender. Hiya. You choose to start. Well, you choose either to pick sides and start deploying first, or to make me pick sides and start deploying first.
You can pick your side and deploy for your first.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm gonna out deploy you anyway. You might as well pick the side that you want, right?
Well, then I'll pick this side.
That side? You want this side? With the big Cathedral of Doom. I love that cathedral. It took me like a month to build, and over the 10 years, I've like painted it multiple different times and different iterations of it. Okay, so with that, that's that. Hey, John.
Ah,
I'm done deploying.
you're a monster.
I'm done deploying. What? Phantom Titan. Thank you, Kyle, from Gear Guts Mech Shop. This Titan is freaking awesome. I can't wait to paint him. I've done one panel on his foot. But this is my project that I'm working on, everybody. A Phantom Titan from Forge World.
The humanity.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it. 3,000 points versus 1,500. Who wins? Not the Necrons, because the... Anyway, back to real deployment. And here we are after deployment. John, let's take a look at your deployment. Do you spend any pre-game command points?
I did not.
Cool, well, pre-deployment. So you start with 11 command points. You didn't spend anything. You decided to deploy pretty much everything.
Yes. So we have 2 barges.
Yep.
We have our stalker here up on the crate. We have Vacuous here, who's within 3 inches of his handy-dandy lich guard. We have a giant monolith.
Classic monolith.
Clogging the way.
Yeah, smaller than most monoliths, so it squeezes through the tight spaces. Still just as deadly.
New and improved deadly.
New and improved deadly.
We have 8 scarabs in the building and our sneaky, speedy ghost arc.
Look at that, just squeezing through here. It's
Oh,
perfect. I like it. That's 1,500 points ready to rock and roll. On my end over here, I have this deployment here. It's funny because I'd forgotten to put my mandrakes down. And I was like, oh, hold on a second. So, Homunculus with witches. These witches got +1 toughness and +1 weapon skill as their combat drugs. Then I have a Beast Pack Master and 5 of these little beasties. He got +1 strength and +1 weapon skill. Then this unit of witches with a Power Sword Blast Pistol got +1 attack and +2 inches to their movement. The Hellions got +2 inches to the movement and +1 strength because I've been rolling for the combat drugs. I personally really like rolling for combat drugs. I feel like it gives me a lot of options. But some people... You know, especially if you're new with the faction, it's good to just pick a combat drug and just use that unit with that combat drug to the maximum of its ability. They got +1 toughness and +1 strength, which is the other 10 strong. I have 5 Cabalite Warriors with Archon, Skari, and that Venom. I have 5 Incubi with the Succubus. She picked her combat drug, +1 attack when she charges, because that's the best one for Succubuses, in my opinion. And I did pay 1 command point to outflank or strategic reserve 2 units, the 5 strong unit of Rax and the 5 strong unit of Chimera puppy dogs, because they're a great like late game unit. Not really good against Necrons because they have like high armor saves, but they're strength 5, 3 attacks apiece, but AP -1, like they can actually do some work like late game on like remnants of units. So hopefully, but they're only 1 wound, so if they get shot, they just die. So you want to keep them as safe as possible.
Reserves is a good spot for them.
Correct. Okay, with that, let's dive into the roll-off. Roll-off time. I shall roll a 5 to your 2.
Oh, dear.
I believe I have to go first.
You have to go first.
Ow! The terrain just stabbed me. No! The flora is already like taking me down a notch. Okay, so with that, thanks all for tuning in. This is going to be a super battle report. Stay tuned for all the fireworks. Dark Eldar, turn 1.
Pew pew.
Okay, so I almost threw my measuring tape out of my hand and right into the wall. So I've decided to play Come Into My Trap game. Because I didn't want to go first. I wanted him to go first, move up close so I could charge him with everything. But that's not going to happen. So if I go up way too fast, he's just going to murder me. So what I've done is I've moved them up. Just making sure that those scarabs need like an 11-inch charge to make it. Then I've got just some guns. the birds moved up, that moved up. This incubi venom has moved up, and it's very easy to hide because it's small. Same with this venom and that venom. Just keeping on that objective to put like as many models there. So at least I get my 5 points, and you can't really take that away from me. They did Octarus data in the corner there. So my first one of 4. So I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they have 2 inches extra movement. They rolled a 4 to advance. They move 14. So that's a 20-inch move. And they move from here back here to stay out of range of the Necron guns. That's the plan, at least. As for anything else, I don't really have that many guns, which means I'm going to essentially just do this Dark Lance at... does your monolith have living metal?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just do it at the monolith.
Okay.
1 Dark Lance. It missed. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, silly monolith. And then we'll do some venoms. This venom here is going to shoot into this this guy back here.
Alrighty.
3 shots. 1 hit. And needing 6s. Nothing. And then I'm going to do these 2 venoms into the closest archy thing, because you can actually see through that. It is dense terrain, because it is a piece of dense terrain. Which means I hit you on 4s. And I wound you on 6s, because nothing. That's the entirety of my first shooting phase. Oh, and where's that other raider filled with witches, you say? I used rapid outflanking. So within 9 inches of a board edge, I can essentially put it back into reserve, and it can stay there for as long as I want until I decide that I need it. And then it can come in basically strategic reserve. So on table edges except for this board edge, which is the opponent's board edge, essentially. So turn 2, it can come in anywhere that's not the deployment zone. Turn 3, it can come in on the deployment zones, just not this table edge. So there's like a little safe zone at the back here. But there are witches, and I do have a stratagem that allows units inside of a raider to disembark when you come in from reserve, which means I can bring it in, then the witches can get out and hopefully make a charge, for example, which is a really cool thing to have in this sort of game where it's going to be cat and mouse, basically, as the game goes. Okay, so with that, we're going to dive in. And what was your protocol this turn? Shooting protocol?
So the shooting protocol, if I wound you with a room roll of 6, it's at +1 AP.
I like it. Awesome. So let's dive into Necron turn 1. And here we are after movement.
All right. So we've moved the fast wing up. We've tagged objective number 3 with a barge. Mm-hmm. We've moved the stalker and the other barge into this crater. We actually have line of sight on that pesky little raider on the far side of the dense terrain.
Yep.
We moved the ghost Stark up, who is now pressuring that side of the board.
Reserves. I like it. Sneaky little scarabs.
Sneaky scarabs. We have Vacuous, who's climbed up on top of the crates to command his presence across the battlefield. No,
extra AP on stuff. Yeah. 6s. Yep. So he's like, you point, shoot that way. You shoot that way. You shoot that way. Okay. Well, that's some movements. Let's see what the Necrons can do as the initial face-off begins. Mid of the shooting phase, the Monolith, and then the Triax-Stalker, and only 1 Annihilation Barge nuked this raider. He did use a command point to stop me from using the forest, but I did use lightning fast reflexes. I did use emergency disembark to get 2 witches on this objective to offset this, but he has basically 20 Tesla shots now. But he's not in the forest. He specifically decided not to go in the forest. So now, hopefully they survive. Because if they do, that means I can take this objective away and give me 10 points, which would actually be a big deal moving into it. Into the next turn. But I have lost a raider, and that's one of my Dark Lances just gone. So with all these tanks, that's going to be interesting. So the shooting, the 20 shots, killed 6 of them. I did pass 2 of my invulnerable saves. Did spend a command point to try and do that. And then he is charging the bars to try and kill 1 witch just to make sure he does. But I have spent CP for watching. He's decided to jump in there. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Because you do have a couple of attacks. You hit on what, 3s?
I hit on 6s.
Oh, you hit on 6s. So the -1 to hit doesn't actually matter. So I was going to try and do that. Okay, so let's see if this Ghost Ark can take down, because there's 2 models on that objective there. Can he stop me from scoring 10 points in my turn?
No.
Oh, it's not going to happen, my good sir. But I do get to attack you back. So I do have a Power Sword Lady that has 4 attacks for being a sergeant. She hits you on 3s. No +1 attack here because I didn't charge it. And wounds you on strength 4, strength 5. So still 5s. 1 at AP 3.
Alright. 5 invulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through.
Just 1 damage. And then the Shardnet and Impaler, 4 attacks. Okay, and she also needs 5s. 2 at AP 3.
Ooh.
These are 2 damage apiece, though. Oh, that'll be 5 damage in total from the 2 little witches. Good job, ladies. Needless to say, I will be spending the 2 command points to auto-pass morale to make sure I get my 10 points, which is actually quite big in terms of the point scoring. Okay, so with that, let's dive into Drukari, turn number 2, battle round number 2. John, what is your protocol being enacted this turn?
The reanimation protocol.
Okay.
However, we're taking it for +1 wound to living metal.
Right, okay, so you'll just heal 2. Perfect. So if I'm going to kill your tanks, I better kill your tanks, is what you're saying.
Essentially.
Okay, so I go up to 5 command points as we start my turn, and let's dive into what happens. Okay, end of the movement phase. So here's my thought process. I moved these Hellions back to do Octera's data here. The Mandrakes were there, they went into reserve, but I did bring the puppies in. Now the puppies are there essentially when everything starts dying, I need to move these Cavalry Warriors and Venom off of there. They can kind of make their way onto there and hopefully hold it maybe for a turn. Over here, the Beast Pack Master whipped the little birdies so they can advance and charge. So they advanced up here. They're essentially going to charge into a monolith and just block it because it doesn't have fly. So I'm just going to block it and hopefully get a high enough movement that I can block these scarabs from moving over me. So just kind of do something like this. At least in the movement phase. Kind of move blocking a little bit. So it's like going to be a little thing like this. Now, the biggest dilemma was this. Because there's 10 Necron Warriors in here, which I know I can't kill both with the amount of firepower I have. So I've got a net there. I've got a blast pistol. So I can shoot the blast pistol in, maybe do some damage. But I've got the homunculus who got out of the venom that is now on that side, which I'll get to in a second. And he decided to go for Diabolical Soothsayer. As soon as you put him on the table, you pick one of the abilities. So I went for +1 toughness, +1 wound on him. And what my aim here is to essentially charge in with the venom and the birds and stop him from being able to disembark. And if you can't put the whole unit out, you can't like put the unit out, which means that I'm going to stop him from disembarking. So that's going to be an interesting choice. And if he can't fall back because of the net, potentially, that means that he can't shoot me. So it's like I'm doing like a little shenanigan-y gamble here. We'll see if that pays off. Other than that, on that side of the table, I have Archon Skari advancing up with it. Or he didn't advance.
No, he just got out.
He just got outmoved because he's got a blast pistol. So I'm trying to take this out potentially. I did advance these witches onto there. The aim is to potentially charge in and hold that in combat as well, even though it can shoot into combat without penalty because of its dynasty thingy. And then the Venom's there with 2 wounds left to soak up some Overwatch. Just in case I need to charge in and do some damage. But other than that, I should be able to get my Herd the Prey because I've got 2 table quarters with no Necrons in it, so that'll be good there. And if you haven't noticed already, the other witch unit has arrived. It was a little spot 9 inches away, right outside of his deployment zone. So there are 10 witches there, just putting some more pressure on that side there. So we'll see if that comes into play. Other than that, let's dive into my shooting phase, which is not going to be very exciting, but we'll still shoot anyway. Okay, so charges. I actually charged the Ghost Arc with the birds, so the monolith wouldn't overwatch me and like kill me. But I got a 7-inch, not an 8, and 7. So I was able to move like this way. I'm basically gonna monolith can't get any closer that way, and then the scarabs can't get over me with a 10-inch move. So you have to end an inch in front this way, which just kind of means that he's just a further bit back that way. And then I've charged the Beast Pack Master, the Homunculus, the witches are back there. Essentially just like a bit of a conglomeration here, basically making it really hard for him to put 10 Necron Warriors anywhere. And then over this side, the Tesla Arc did shoot into the Venom, but did 0 hits.
Yeah, surprising.
Yeah, and then everybody else just charged it. And then I almost declared a charge with that one, but I decided not to because I want to stay far away from these Lich Guard over here. So with that, let's dive into combat. Yeah, combat phase. And before I forget, that Dark Lance shot the Monolith and did nothing. And the Blast Pistol did 3 damage onto the Ghost Dark. Oh, and I did 1 wound to this one with a pistol of some sort. Or like a poison gun. Yeah, pistols from the witches. They just shot in. Okay. Let's dive into combat now. Okay, so Quantum Shielding on that guy, because Archon Skari with his Gin Blade and Hatred Eternal's like, you and I have met again, once again in battle, filthy Necrons. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Press the button. I will be doing the Venom first, though.
Okay.
So, turn 2. So, hitting on 4s. Nothing. Would you like to interrupt?
No.
Okay. I like baiting it out sometimes.
No.
Sometimes it gets baited out.
Not today.
You should have seen John's face. He's like, no. Okay. Let's do Skari. I need to get 3 of these through. He does have 7.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So hitting on 2s. And he hates everything, so he gets to re-roll everything. And he wounds on 4s because of your Quantum Shielding.
Correct.
But he does hate everything.
Oh my gosh.
So he does 5. So 5 4-ups at 3 damage a pop.
5 4-ups.
Yes, my good sir. Because he... Oh, yes.
And that is... I didn't make a single one.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So I was rolling 5s to wound. Sorry, I did pick up 5 of them there, but it was 4. But you did fail 4. You failed all of them. So that Annihilation Barge is no more. It goes kaput. It does not explode.
It does not explode.
But that is 1 dead Annihilation Barge.
Boom.
Okay, would you like to interrupt?
No.
Okay. Okay, so Archon Skari killed that, which is actually lucky on my part. So the witches were able to move 3, and then, so pile in 3, then consolidate 3, and get within an inch of him, which now means I've engaged the Triax Stalker. So with that, let's dive into this side of the table.
The barge.
Okay, so combat here, I had to extend this line. I haven't engaged the Monolith, but he's an inch away, basically. So he can't move any closer to me. So pinning him in place unless he goes that way. And then nothing happened here. A couple of attacks. I brought it down from 6 to 3 wounds with the Beastpack Master and the Ichor Injector and then the Venom. They've all done some wounds. And then he's going to go here with, what, D3 attacks?
1 attack.
Oh, it's the final bracket. Who are you attacking, by the way?
The witch.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
Cool. And then I will go here and just make sure they're in there. So the witches, 4 attacks from the sergeant, hitting on 3s. Uh-oh. That's not good. And wounding on 5s. Oh, thank goodness. Woo! Failed epically. I can't. If it dies, he can emergency disembark and get 6 inches away. I need to make sure it doesn't die. But the Hydro Gauntlet, the Shardnet is 2 damage. So, and I can't not attack with it. Like I have to attack with it. So 2 hits. Okay, good.
Nothing.
Whew, nothing. Whew. And then over here, that guy gets to swing at my witches.
Oh, happily.
Happily swinging at the witches.
Needing 3s.
Yep. Ooh, very nice.
Needing 2s.
Yeah, I believe so. So not +1. And +1 toughness. So
just
you strength 8.
I am not.
Okay, so needing 3s because they have +1 toughness.
So nothing.
Awesome. So the witches hold them in combat. Well, right now, no morales to be taken. I was able to kill one of the anti-barges, and I do get 4 points for stopping you from being in my zones here. With that, the Necrons have their work cut out for them. Moving into turn number 2, you do heal 2 wounds here, though. Whoop, 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 whoop. Going up to 5 as the reanimation protocols kick in. So the living metal kicks in for the round 2.
That's it.
And it is your turn, John. It is your turn. I love how you're intensely looking at this table right now. You're like, I have to kill Dark Eldar stuff.
There's lots of thinking to do.
Yes, there is. I love it. At the end of the 5 phase, I do have to take a Gin Blade test for Archon Skari. He's okay. On a 1, he would take a mortal wound as the demon that is inside of the blade attacks his soul. Okay, so he spent a command point to act as normal, which means it can move, what, 12 inches?
12 inches.
12 inches, okay. And he's trying to get out, but my net might stop him. So he suffers a -1 to this roll. And if we tie, we re-roll.
Ooh.
And if I win,
I can't move.
you can't get out of combat. Okay. I rolled a 2. I win with a -1. No re-roll. He stays, but he's going to blast them with a bunch of guns.
All right, and the same.
Okay, over here as well, the witches can hold him in combat, but in this case, there's no -1 because I don't have a net. So it's just a straight up roll-off. I rolled a 2, so it's a re-roll. It's a re-roll. You have to win. A roll-off, you have to win, and you keep on re-rolling until there's a winner and a loser. I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 5.
You stay in combat with those witches as well. Ooh, witches, no escape rule really coming in handy right now. End of the movement phase. John had to get a little creative since that didn't fall back and that didn't fall back. That there. So he's moved the 8 scarabs this way. That's probably one of the nastiest units he has to face me. And I love that he hasn't just committed them. He's kept them as far away from the 2 damage incubi as physically possible. And the 2 damage hellions back there as well. So, and then the Lich Guard and Vacuous, my will be done, moved out, ready to put the hurt on the little birdies to stop them from like harassing the rest of the army. While of course, the Monolith and the Annihilation Barge moved up the side to essentially do some damage there as well. So, yeah, we got some action happening over here.
Let's shoot some things.
Yeah, let's do some stuff. Okay, we're taking a break because John has to say something. More like, this is what's going on, though. This is what has happened. So, like, bar you not, what has happened this turn.
So the plan was, shoot this thing and kill it and shoot some witches.
Yeah.
I rolled not good enough to do damage.
Well, he rolled 4 shots, 3 hits, and then 3 1s on his particle whip. Strength 12, needing 2s to wound. 3 1s. And then did some wounds there, some wounds with the Tesla. Has 1 wound left. So the Raider's still alive.
The plan was to flamer these girls.
That's right. You rolled a 5, then you CP re-rolled it into a 3.
Yep, so they didn't take a wound.
And I saved the 1 wound that you did. Okay. And now you're in the position where this is firing into the witches. There's 2 witches left. And firing into the birds.
With full fury.
There you go. I love it. So 10 shots each, basically. Okay, we'll be back after the shooting phase. But needless to say, John really needed something to happen this turn to kind of flip it back. He's not out of the game yet. It's just crazy how sometimes your best laid out plans just like totally don't work. And you know I'm talking about you, and you know it just happened to you recently. So we feel you. We understand how it feels.
My heart goes out to you.
Okay, shooting phase. This Ghost Dart did shoot these 2 OBSEC witches off, which does mean that he's gonna be OBSEC here. There's nothing I can really do about that. He did kill one of the birds and put 3 wounds on another, because they're just 4 wounds each with basically no save. And now we're going into the charge phase. So the Monolith is going to charge both of them. Basically just get the corner in there.
Yes.
I like it. And maybe? I believe so.
I need to re-roll it.
Yep. Okay, so Titanic ignores the crater. So he can kind of move in there as well. Okay.
New dice.
That's right. New dice. The Monolith is like, I'm a little rusty, boss.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
The little rusty Monolith has decided now to... is he OBSEC too because of the thing, or does he not get a trait?
He's definitely OBSEC.
Does he get a trait in an auxiliary detachment? I don't know if they do or not.
They do in 9th.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
The barge.
The barge is going to go into there.
Charge.
I only have 1 wound, so
The Raider.
nothing I can do about that.
Wow.
He makes it in. Hiya! He's going to jump in, get really annoying over there, kind of try and punch me to death.
All right.
Cool. Oh, I have to get these off the
Lich
table.
Guard are going to charge the birds.
Okay. There's not 20 wounds in there anymore.
Thank goodness.
And 6, they do make it.
Thank goodness.
If I would have killed 1 more, that's a no. But sadly, I didn't.
I will take the Monolith.
Monolith is going to fight. Where is he going?
The Monolith will do...
I've got like a bunch of different stuff going on here, which is kind of cool.
He'll do 5 attacks into the ladies.
Okay, into the witches.
1 attack into the venom.
Sure. Does he hit on 4s or?
They automatically hit.
Oh, okay. It's just, it's the super...
It's the Portal of Exile.
The portal thing. Okay, they just auto-hit.
So I just roll a wound.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
2s on the break.
What's the damage on these?
3 each.
Oh. But is it like a close combat attack?
Yep.
It's history. Okay, it's not mortal, it's nothing.
Portal of Exile.
Oh my goodness.
6 attacks. Strength user. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits its target.
Okay.
And they're -3 damage.
Okie dokie.
I am going to hoover up your legs.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, so 3s and 2s.
Yep. And their strength what?
8.
Okay, so 3s, 3s and 2s. Okay, so a couple of ladies. So 4. And then 1 into the Venom. So the Venom has a 6-up invul, because it is in combat. Nope, the Venom is going to die. And there are 4 witches that have 4-ups, because it is a combat attack. So 2 of the witches do go down. And I'm just going to remove the ones in combat with this one. So he can't swing at me. And that's it for now. And then, of course, the Venom. Does the Venom explode? Yes. So everything within 6 takes a mortal.
Oh, fabulous.
So take another mortal here. Boop. And then you take a mortal on each of those things. And that's about it there.
All right.
Good old Monolith takes a wound. Good old Stalker. Oh, and even Archon Skari is going to take a wound with that. Okay, so Archon Skari is taking a wound. I lost another witch. The Monolith is down to 23, and then 11 for the Arc. Of course, now the Stalker can't actually activate because he's out of an inch, but the witch is still within an inch of the Monolith, so they'll be able to pile in and attack the Monolith, which is pretty snazzy with their strength 4, but yeah, whatever. Still 6s.
Well, we're going to pile in with some Lichy Guard.
Oh my goodness, okay. And then, of course, Vecchus is back here, 6 inches away, giving them... Oh no, for the strat. For the +1.
For a strat.
Yeah. Okay.
The right move.
Okay, so he's just actually going to pile in with every 8 attacks, just killing the 13 wounds I have left on them.
All right.
Okay, a bunch of them.
Let's hit them on 2s and wound them on 2s.
That's right. They're just birdies. They did their job. They literally just spent the one turn doing their job and just jamming up the whole side here because the Monolith doesn't fly anymore.
No.
Yeah, but I guess he wanted to get like into base-to-base with stuff so he can like hoover people up. Yeah. Imagine like going into like a bunch of Gravis Marines and just being like, poop, 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 poop.
Oh yeah. They're like, hey, I'm going to charge you with money. And it's like, no, you're not.
Too bad it's, okay, well. How many is that?
Oh, gee.
10, 12. That's I think, almost... You might want to use a CP to roll one of those. 1, 2, 3. 1 would be live with 1 wound left. He might run away, though, too, because I'm only leadership of him, and I've lost 4 this turn. So it'd be...
I will re-roll 1.
Okay.
Use that command point.
Oh, my goodness. He really wants... Oh, because you have to kill... another unit to get your grind them down.
Correct.
Well, unless I kill that. Oh, yeah. So it's like he has to. It's like he's forced to right now. But it's either using the command point. You got him. The birdies are all dead. You're like, it's such a satisfying feeling when you get rid of them all. Because there's so many wounds in that unit, and they're so cheap, and they fly, and they're just annoying. You're coming in to fight? Are you? You touching me?
Yeah.
I love it. Touching me, touching you. The anti-barge missed. Didn't do anything to that raider. So I'm going to... So they can't attack again or whatever because he's already in combat. This can attack. It has 3 attacks. It's not really going to kill anything. So I'm going to activate this, and he's going to move 3 inches this way. Like so. Because he's a fancy Venom, and he's going to scoot around. Get a little closer. Get a little closer. And then he's going to use his 3 to get a little closer even again.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to jump up. Okay, so I get to swing at you. So this is 3 attacks there. Hitting on 4s. Cockety cocked. And wounding on 4s, because it is strength 7 because of Cursed Blade, or strength 8. 1 and AP 1.
4s.
That is
cocked.
Okay. Hey. Nice. They have a 3-up save, so that's fine.
3-up save.
And then I'll pile in, and then you get to fight with something. So that's the little drag race. He was able to squeeze through there, and then essentially he got super close there, so he can't physically get closer to me, which means he can't move. But he's attacking the Beast Bouncer.
So D3 attacks.
No, he's full bracket.
Oh right, I paid for it.
You did. One hit.
One hit.
Nice.
Needing a 2.
Okay, save on the Beast Master. He's okay. Unless you have AP.
Nope.
Okay. So now my Beast Pack Master is going to go. 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s, because he's awesome. And winning on 5s. Nothing. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to pay 2 CP for potent metallotoxins on the homunculus.
Okay.
So he's going to wound this vehicle on his poison values.
Okay.
Okay, so first the Ichor Injector. On a hit, it just does a mortal. 1 mortal wound. Down to 4 wounds remaining. Then we have 3 attacks from his homunculus tools. Hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s. So 2 at AP 1. From his homunculus tools.
1 goes through.
Okay, down to 3 wounds remaining. Not enough to kill you. And last but not least, the Clawed Fiend. The Clawed Fiend. The Scissor Hands. That's what I'm looking for. 2s. And this needs 4s at AP 2. So 1 at AP 2. Okay, so that's another, just 1 damage to 2.
Down to 2.
He could have done it. He could have done it if they did a little bit more damage. But with that, we're diving into turn. Oh no, then these witches back here.
Yes.
Before I roll for
get
them.
2 punch them on.
Yeah. +1 weapon skill, +1 toughness witches. So I have a sergeant with a Hecatari blade and a regular hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because the Archon's nearby and he is the master of a real space raid. So he gives reroll hits to all of the core. And wounding on 6s. So 3 at AP 2.
All right.
Good job, little witches.
These need 4s.
Oh, they're all your saves.
There we go.
The monolith is just going to stop me from getting 8 points all game. No! Okay, and then my raider over there.
Yep.
Gets to fight you. Oh yeah. Ooh, 2 hits. 2 saves at AP 1.
Needing 4s.
Mm-hmm.
1 goes through.
So it's taking a second one. No, the first one. Just 1. Okay. That raider's still alive. Yeah. So with that, I hold 2 again. So I go up to 10 for primary. Thanks to Mr. Archon Skari. But I do owe you some morals. Those witches in the back there, they lost 3 of that number. And they hold the line. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's dive in to the next turn.
That has auras by 3 inches.
Okay, Dynastic Protocol into battle round number 3. Extending the range of auras.
Auras.
Very cool.
3 inches.
Awesome. So we're going to dive into that as well. Okay, so now it's game time. The thing is, I'm in a bit of a pickle because that is a Titanic, and I did take Titan Killer. It is only 23 wounds. It re-heals up. So it's not unkillable. The thing is, if I don't kill the Scarabs and the Lich Guard, I'm going to lose on the primary, which then means I'm going to lose anyway. And I can't really just do chip damage to this. And I literally put myself into a corner with that. So secondaries-wise, I'm like in a good position table board-wise. But it could slip away at any moment because of the fact that that was a terrible, terrible secondary choice based on the army that I'm bringing, which is very little anti-tank, which changes some things. So, I kind of have to try and kill another Annihilation Barge, then potentially tie this up again, and then hope that you don't get away again, that sort of thing, even though you do have the Flamers. And I think the ace in the hole are going to be the Hellions. So they're going to hopefully come up and do some work over here. However, you have 2 wounds remaining here. And I do have 3 command points. So we'll really see how that goes, because that's definitely going to be interesting. End of the moon phase and all cards are on the table. So the Hellions did advance. They went 3 plus their plus 2 inch move. So they're 19 inches up. Like, all the way from back there, all the way over here. They can charge as well. So this has 2 wounds left. If I can kill it in the shooting phase with the Venom, that would be amazing. We'll see. We will see. The Mandrakes have come into this quarter and done
Oculatus data.
Oculatus data. And then the Racks over there, they just came in, just outflanked. They're not doing anything. They're staying far enough away. They're my last Octaro's data. So I know he has to try and kill a bunch of stuff. If he ignores them, it's just going to give me my points. Which is kind of what I'm hoping for. The dogs moved up. this venom stayed there because you can't really do anything else. And then these witches have moved up. These witches fell back from the monolith, but Archon Skari's moved up to bravely stand in the way of the monolith and hopefully not get sucked into a portal, never to be seen again. So let's do some shooting. So the first, and then of course, Super Witch and the Incubi. Gonna go fight some Lich Guard. Let's see if we can pull this off. Okay, so we've got, this is gonna shoot into this.
Okay.
And I will be spending 2 of my 3 command points to give it potent metallotoxins.
Oh, poison on the middle.
Oh, yes. So let's see if we can do it. I'm hitting on 4s, I believe, because it is... oh, no. It's they don't suffer the penalty for shooting heavy in combat on turn 3. Yes, because they don't get... Hold on, let me just check that. So yes, my Venom does not suffer the penalty to hit. So let's do some shooting here with my Venom Cannon. Oh, hitting on 3s. Okay, all hit.
Uh-oh.
It does wound on 4s, though.
Okay.
2 at AP 1, 2 damage each.
All right, needing 4s.
Yeah, does it survive? It does. We'll do it. Okay. And of course, the rapid fire cannon. All hit. The rapid fire rifle, needing 4s to win as well. 2 this time as well. Just 3 ups on this. It has 1 wound remaining. Oh my goodness, it survived. Ah, so close. Okay. Fair enough. Archon Skari, gonna shoot your molly.
Okay.
Ha! Pew! He hits. Pew! He does not wound, but he hates everything. He does not wound, because you're toughness 8. The raider into the tank. It hits.
Yep.
It does not wound, because you are quantum shielded.
Quantum
shielding! Okay, so then all the witches are just going to shoot everything into this monolith.
Okay.
And I will be spending another command point, my last one, to give them a Haywire Grenade.
Oh no!
So does the Haywire Grenade hit? It does. It just does D3 mortals. 3 mortal wounds.
Down to 20.
Very cool. And then 8 little pistol shots. Oh, and a regular grenade. So regular grenade, 2, because you don't lose that. 2 hits, needing 6s, nothing. And then 8 little pistol shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, needing 6s with the poison. 2 saves, no AP.
2 ups.
He's okay. Okay, so I did some wounds. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty snazzy. And I think, and then we've got some shooting over here. He's going to shoot at your Tri-Extorker, unless you can see your monolith. I'm just going to check. Okay, he has a pistol, which I forgot. The Homunculus has a Stinger pistol. Oh, do it. Does he hit? He does. He needs a 6. That's the opposite. Same odds, but the opposite. Okay. Fair enough. And then as many of these that can shoot, are going to shoot into your monolith as well. Okay, and then last but not least, the Hellions. They're going to try to get into the Ghost Ark over here. They go 8. Whee! I'm going to move them back. Of course, they fly, so they ignore the dents. Okay, so they made it in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fight with these Hellions. Just going to move around. Like, I can't really stop him from getting out within 6. It's like impossible. However, I can make it that he can't get onto the objective. And I'm just going to try and get as many attacks as I can on here with my units, which will be all of these Hellions. He only has 1 wound left, so it's very unlikely that I will not kill it. However, I've seen crazier things happen, and so has John. So we never take anything for granted. And we always try and make sure that we roll the dice, see what happens. But that is +1 strength, so they are strength 6. And they, because they're Curse Blade. And, I completely forgot. I have to take mortal wounds. I bounce back mortal wounds to you from the witches when I take saves on 6s.
Ooh.
I always forget that. Okay, so that's like 3 attacks each. 10 times +1, so 31. So the Hellions killed the barge, and he was able to emergency disembark. None of them died, though. But of course, he can't get away, so he just piled in. And they are technically on bigger bases, so he did space them out a little bit. And yeah, so that's where they are. So now I'm going to go with the Archon Skari. Let's do that. Against the Monolith. So 7 attacks from Archon Skari, because he's got his Jin Blade. And actually, no, the Witches have to go first, because Archon Skari wants to base you. So the Witches have to go first. One of them is not going to be able to attack, but all of the others are. So that's 8, and then the 2 special weapons. I'll do the 2 special weapons first. They do have +1 strength, so they are strength 5, but that doesn't actually matter in this case. So 4 attacks from the Shardnet, hitting on 2s, rolling 1s thanks to Archon Skari. And eating 5s to wound. So 1 at AP 2.
It's safe.
Cool. So that's the 2 damage one. Then the Hydra Gauntlet. This is going to be on 4s because it is reroll for Skari. It is strength 6, strength 7. So 1. Just 1 damage. Nothing crazy there. And then 8 Witches.
Nope.
Okay, so the Witches did pull the last 5 wounds off that. And I will be piling into this guy here. Blah, blah, blah. And holding him up in combat, hopefully. But he does have a flamer, so it could, go either way. Okay, so then we're going to do, now we'll do Archon Skari. He's just going to pile in and touch this, and I will base your little leg there for that guy. 7 attacks from Mr. Skari, and hitting on 2s. He hates everything. And then wounding on 6s. And he hates everything. So these are AP 4.
So these need 6s.
Yep, and they're 3 damage each.
2 go through.
So 6 damage.
And 14.
Yeah, and let's see if he survives the the hoovering. So he's out of combat. He's out of combat. I'm going to do the Succubus first. So the Succubus with her Triptych Whip. So 10 attacks with the Triptych Whip, and then 2 for her Warlord trait. Hitting on 2s, no rerolls. And winning on 2s with the Triptych Whip. So that would be 11, 2 damage, AP 3. Well, invul saves.
11. I can math.
You can math? We got this. It is late at night here at the studio, which means we're fading.
All right.
Yep. And that's, 1 reroll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 go down.
6 go down. But that's all she does, so that would be 12 reanimations?
Yep.
Okay.
So
That happens before I do my consolidates?
correct.
Okay. Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And can you bring them back into
If they were
engagement range?
If
That's
they were-
actually really cool because she can only consolidate away if she's not in base-to-base contact. So you could actually reanimate a model in base-to-base and hold it there.
Right.
That's actually really interesting. Okay.
All right. So 5s and 6s.
Yep. So 1, 2, come back.
All right.
So you kill 4.
I'll take 2, and you know what? Beep.
Yeah, you're just gonna
You're
you're gonna take my advice, eh? Okay. Fantastic. Okay, and now the Incubi will go.
I'll say it.
The Incubi followed up by attacking and doing 7 wounds, and he failed 7 out of 7 invulnerable saves. Okay, so they will be piling into these Necron warriors. Okay, so it seems like, well, the Necrons are in like a really bad spot after that. Do you want to see if you kill Archon Skari with a Hoover and Hoover?
Let's see this.
It's called a Mono Hoover. The 14 wounds is still unbracketed.
That's true.
Yeah.
6
Okay.
hits.
Yeah. Oh, it just auto hits. That's right.
Yeah, so 5 at -3.
Oh. I'm just going to shadow field it. Let's do this. Okay, ready? Ready, internets? How many will Skari make this time? He makes 1. He makes the 2nd. He makes the 3rd. He bounces the 4th and 5th off his shadow field. He's like, haha.
No
Today the shadow field arrogance is real. And then your Stalker. Does it hit better than normal?
What? No, it just
It's
hits on 3s.
Oh, it hits on 3s. Yeah. Okay, 1 witch. Does the witch survive? It does. Doesn't bounce a wound back on you, though. Okay, my good sir.
All right.
That's that for the turn.
My warriors get
Oh,
to
no.
attack.
They get to swing. Ooh, who are they swinging at? They've got like the incubi they can swing at. They can kind of jump down and start swinging at some Hellions. What are they looking at here?
I'll take some hits on some incubi.
Okay, so you got 4 they can swing at incubi,
And then whatever's...
and then 6 into Hellions.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
something like that. I like it.
Or an incubi.
Yep.
Needing 3s.
Nice. 3.
Wounds.
3 ups. They're okay.
And then into Hellions.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, go warriors.
They're toughness 4.
4s.
Ooh,
Yeah.
5. Needing 5s on these. So 1 Hellion and a wound.
Cool.
You kill a Hellion, and you put a wound on a Hellion as well. So this Hellion will have a wound on.
Yeah. This way.
It's looking rather grim for the Necrons, but John, in good spirits, has decided he wants to kill a bunch of witches with some scarabs.
Always.
Always. That's. I feel he gets a sense of accomplishment by murdering all my witches with like as fast as he can because he hates witch. He absolutely hates witches, and all of you voted for me to take a witch list. Just saying. If you like John the Cron, make sure that you don't vote for witches next time. However, these Hellions did their job. They came in, and he had the protocols for fall back and shoot for last turn, basically, which means they can't fall back and shoot right now. So that, oh no, you could use that, can't you? Pull them through the portal and stuff?
No, that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, okay, that's not a thing anymore.
No.
Oh, well, that was one of the coolest things that I liked about Necrons.
Yeah,
I guess
me
you can
too.
bring out from reserve, which is cool.
Yeah.
Or you can veil if you have a veil. But okay.
Okay.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm going to shoot Skari.
With an entire monolith with a shooting?
With a whole
You
monolith.
do know you can fall back with a monolith and still shoot at stuff, right? Like, it's Titanic, so it can move away and shoot and do a bunch of stuff. Can't fly over me, because it's,
Well, then I'm just going to shoot him.
You're just gonna stay there and shoot me? And then hoover him up again?
That's it.
That sounds like, my Gin Blade. Did I take a wound? I did not take a wound from the Gin Blade. Ha
Right. You may have survived the Hoover.
Oh yeah? Are you gonna try get away with your stalker? Or you're just gonna flame me?
I'm going to flame them.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm going to do this to Skari.
24 down shots. How many shadow fields can I do? How many can I make? Put your bets in the comments down below, folks. I've taken 5 so far? 5, right? Done
Yes.
5 so far. So how many? Is it going to go up to 20? 30? Or am I going to fail the next one? Come on, place your bets before you see the rolls. No spoilers.
Using the 3s.
That's right. Okay. Oh, you're doing this even before you do the big super gun, aren't you?
I can't shoot the big super
Oh,
gun.
it's blast.
It's
That's
a blast.
right. Yeah. I guess you could literally fall back like within an inch and just shoot me with your blast weapon.
Yeah, but then I can't charge back in.
Can't you? I thought you could try. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Hooray! There you go.
Okay.
How many?
So you only have 7.
7? Okay. This is number 6. Number 7. Ah!
Oh.
That's not good. What's the AP on these?
These are at -2.
Okay, so I have turn 3, so a 6 up in model, was it? And I have 5 more to go.
Yeah.
You got him. He's dead. Well, yeah, as soon as the shadow field goes down, it is a very dead Archon. That gives you some assassination points, though.
Yay! All right.
Which is getting flamed. 2d6 hits. Hey, that's the one you wanted against the other squad. Torch him, he says.
I'll take it.
Torch him good.
3.
Yep. Well, 4. Oh no, strength 5. Yeah. 5.
5.
Yep.
5.
Cool. 6 ups. Nope, 5 go down. Well, that's what flamers do to witches. Vecchus is shooting the Raider
The Raider.
with his super relic Tesla.
No, just a stab of
It's
light.
just stoplight. Okay.
2s.
18 inches on it? That's cool.
Yep.
Nice.
And then needing 5s.
It only has 1 wound left. And it lives. 5 of them more.
Monolith is going to charge the witches.
Okay. Can it Yeah, we can see if it squeezes through. Sure. Sounds like a plan. It's Titanic, doesn't care. Does not.
Nope. The bugs are going to charge the witches.
Yep. They make it. Bye-bye, witches. We'll be back after the charge phase. We got that combat. And let's see. Well, I'm pretty sure those witches are dead. Even though they're toughness 4. So that might save them a little bit. But Scarab's auto-wounding makes them really strong. And they do fly, so they can just fly over and get around and in and about and stuff as well. Okay, John, end of turn 3. One of these witches survived, but you did, you killed pretty much all of them. One of them ran, one lived. Then the Incubi killed 9, 2 came back, then 1 ran from combat, but you did pull the Hellions out. But with that, I will get 15 primary points this turn. So we're going to call it there. And we'll come back with another Crate Battle Report next week, so make sure you check that out as well. So let us know what you think down below. I know there's a couple of key moments, like that Annihilation Barge dying, I think was the biggest one, because you didn't get to use your fullback and shoot into combat with, and that was one of the big things that you had going for you. I really liked how you use the Scarabs, because that's exactly what you needed to do. And if you look at the table, this part of the table is mine. But that's really in your hands, other than scoring points. And it was so close that had the Annihilation Barge lived, had you killed the witches and then charged in and taken that objective away from Archon Skari to prevent the 10 points, you could have actually flipped it. And it was one turn on turn 2 that really sort of set the stage for the crumbling effect. So, and tactically, big things, being able to stop them from being a part of the battle by not killing you and then stopping you from getting out, to the Lich Guard coming in, forcing you to deal with the birds that kind of move blocked you, keeping the Hellions alive over here that then moved crazy distance because they had the +2 move and got in and started sweeping up all the stuff in here. And then they are the ones that essentially go and can potentially do damage on the monolith with their 2 damage attacks late game, basically. Well, John, what are your thoughts?
For all my fellow Crons out there who have been gathering dust on their monoliths, get them out of the closets, everybody, because they are so much fun. You gotta try them at least 300
some points, right? So it's a little bit more expensive than the Tantalus. I really like that Hoover mechanic. Really tough. There is a dynasty you can do that give them an invul save. That's the big thing that they don't have is invuls. But the toughness 8 really helps against Meltas and stuff. The thing is, it's a great supplement to a whole bunch of other stuff like Scarabs and Wraiths and all this stuff. So you can put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And then people don't want to shoot the monolith because it literally does nothing. It just sits there. And and then eventually just gets there. It's cool. I like it. And my MVPs I think are the witches. They're just so good. Witches are just fantastic. They're just amazing.
They lived.
They did. They lived. They did live. Well, John, thanks for coming down to the studio for a game.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure you check out John Necron with his Twitch channel down below, where he does a Twitch stream every Thursday night. It's 40k fight night. And he also does a D&D stream on Sunday nights.
Sunday nights at 9.
Yeah, which we are back in Bremore, which is our 14-month-long campaign.
Oh, be sure to join us. Good. You'll see some shenaniganery.
That's right. I love it. So the link is down below. Huge shout out to all the channel Patreons. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Join the Denizen community today. Unlock some cool extra content. Support the content that I make here on the channel. And follow the link down below. Other than that, I've been Skari. This has been John.
Bye.
Signing off until next time. Skari and John, out. The witches hurt. Kin.